In the forgotten layers of the earth, beneath mountains of sand and oceans of time, lie the remains of a world older than history itself. Archaeologists have long searched for traces of the people who lived before the Great Flood, a civilization whispered about in every ancient legend. From the tablets of Sumer to the stories of Noah, from India's tale of Manu to Greece's myth of Deucalion, the world remembers a flood that reset humanity. But who were the people before that storm? What power did they hold? And why did they vanish? As if the earth itself erased their name. It began in the Middle East, a place once called the cradle of civilization. While excavating beneath ancient ruins near modern-day Iraq, researchers uncovered something shocking: a deep layer of fine river clay, a silent witness to an enormous flood thousands of years ago. Beneath that clay lay stone tools, pottery, and even carved symbols, belonging to people who lived before the flood. Whoever they were, they had mastered building, writing, and trade. They lived organized lives, before the rest of the world even knew agriculture. For centuries, scientists dismissed global flood stories as myths, but every culture, from Asia to the Americas, shares the same haunting memory: a golden age destroyed by water, a warning from the gods, and survivors who rebuilt the world. When you hear the same story echoed across oceans and centuries, you begin to wonder, were these cultures remembering the same event? A disaster so massive that it scarred human memory forever? As technology advanced, oceanographers began scanning the seafloor, and what they found shocked the scientific world. Off the coasts of India, Japan, and the Mediterranean, they discovered submerged ruins, straight roads, perfect stone blocks, stairways carved with geometric precision, entire cities now lying silent under the sea. Could these be the settlements of the pre-flood builders? Some date back more than 9,000 years, far older than Egypt, older than Babylon. Ancient monuments across the world seem connected by invisible threads. The pyramids of Egypt, the megaliths of Peru, the stones of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, all aligned to the stars, built with impossible precision. How did people separated by oceans and time share such knowledge? Some researchers believe the answer lies with the first builders, a lost global culture that existed before the Great Flood. They mastered stone, astronomy, and perhaps even energy, knowledge that later civilizations inherited like a faint echo of genius. Deep geological studies show that around 12,000 years ago, Earth went through massive climate chaos. Ice melted. Oceans rose more than 400 feet. Entire coastlines disappeared overnight. If an advanced civilization had existed near those ancient shores, it would now rest beneath the waves, buried, forgotten, and unreachable. This moment in time matches the world's flood myths almost perfectly. It's as if the Earth itself reset the clock and forced humanity to begin again. Underwater near the coast of India, divers found what looked like man-made structures, platforms, walls, and circular patterns carved from stone. Carbon dating suggested they could be nearly 9,000 years old. In Japan's Yonaguni Monument, gigantic terraces and steps rise from the seabed, their angles too perfect to be random nature. Each discovery adds another piece to a forgotten puzzle, proof that people before the flood were more advanced than we ever imagined. Of course, not everyone agrees. Many archaeologists argue these structures are natural formations or that the flood myths represent local disasters, not global ones. Science demands evidence, and evidence buried beneath oceans is hard to reach. Yet some clues refuse to stay buried. Tools made from unknown alloys, stones cut with laser-like precision, and artifacts with magnetic properties, all hint that something extraordinary once existed. Could it be that ancient humans were guided by a knowledge we can no longer understand? Even after the flood, fragments of that lost knowledge survived. The Sumerians suddenly appeared with writing, mathematics, and astronomy, as if they inherited wisdom from somewhere else. Egypt rose with architecture so perfect that modern engineers still struggle to explain it. Legends speak of teachers from the stars, but maybe they weren't from the heavens at all. Maybe they were survivors from the world before the flood, a world that perished, but whose memory lives in our DNA. in our myths, and in the stones that still stand. Today, as archaeologists dig deeper, they realize our history may not begin 5,000 years ago. It may begin much earlier, with people who faced unimaginable loss and yet laid the foundation for everything that came after. Perhaps the pre-flood people were not gods, but humans like us, dreamers, builders, scientists, and explorers, whose civilization was swept away by nature's fury. Their monuments are gone, their names erased, but their legacy remains. In every city, every language, every dream of rebuilding the world. We are not the first civilization to rise from the dust. We are the latest chapter of a story written long before history began. A story of creation, destruction, and rebirth.